Hey YouTube, this is SD65 with another chapter. Now, before we get this started with this episode, bear with me as I am a little bit under the weather with a sore throat. Yeah. Anyway, Deadliestwarrior.com released the top 10 deadliest ancient weapons. Well, weapons can make all the difference on the battlefield during close combat. Throughout history, different civilizations have crafted their own versions of weapons and have always looked to better designs and strongest materials, trying to outdo their enemies in every way possible, whether it's a simple spear that rips through an enemy's heart, or a katana that rips and slices anything to shreds. Weapons are designed to be deadly. Number 10. The flail. Seriously, what's more frightening than a spiked ball and chain? Used heavily during the Middle Ages, the flail is known for being an excellent tool for getting around an opponent's shield. Its precision is sometimes criticized because it must be spun around to attack, but it's often the spinning of a massive spiked ball that gets the opponent shaking in their boots to begin with. No mistake, however, in close combat this can not only tear a shield to pieces, but it can also take an enemy down with one hit. Number 9. The spear. One of the oldest weapons in history of the world. The spear was first used for hunting over 400,000 years ago. Soon, humans realized its killing potential and started using this basic weapon in battle. From the times of the ancient Greeks to medieval Japan, this worldwide weapon has seen more battles than perhaps any other weapon in history. Its thrusting power is unmatched, and it can be thrown large distances to take down multiple enemies. Number 8. Shuriken. Small but deadly, the shuriken is a weapon that loves to prey on an opponent's weak spot. Neck, hands, wrists, feet, or any flesh that is unarmored and exposed. This ancient Japanese weapon was actually not only used by ninjas, but by samurais as well. Despite its vicious and cutting power, this was mainly used as a secondary weapon. Since the shuriken is easy to conceal and can be thrown with lightning quick speed, it's definitely a weapon you hope your opponent doesn't have handy. Number 7. Dead bodies. Now I know what you may be thinking. This weapon is a bit unorthodox, but it is unconventional and undeniably terrifying. Dead bodies have been used in warfare for ages. Stick a dead body in a catapult and swing it at an enemy's territory, and you not only have cause damage, you also inflict fear into the hearts of soldiers. Talk about killing two birds with one stone. Even more gruesome, many armies will throw disease ridden human bodies at their enemies with hopes of inflicting disease. A dead body really is a triple threat. One, can cause decent damage, and is used in both psychological and biological warfare. Spartan Hopland Shield. Simply put, this shield is a beast, ridiculously huge, made from wood, and sometimes coated with bronze. Spartans were able to use this shield as a great defensive weapon, successfully defending against nearly all enemy weapons. However, it's the shield's great weight that makes it a powerful weapon also. Spartans and other hoplites would thrust this massive shield, easily knocking out opponents, sometimes knocking them out cold, and lining up a finishing blow. The enemy may not see a simple shield as a threat, but with its thin edges and hard design, it is indeed designed to kill. Number 5. The mangonel. A key siege weapon for warfare. The mangonel was used as early as ancient Greece, but is definitely known for tearing down castle walls during the Middle Ages. This gigantic projectile weapon can hurl almost anything that can fit in its bowl-shaped hand, including huge large rocks, diseased corpses, or arrows. Catapults were so effective as siege weapons that even in World War I, French forces used modern-sized catapults to fling grenades at enemies in trench warfare. Number 4. The ballista. A catapult with an edge. This weapon was often used to throw large bolts at opponents. Hence, it was often known as a larger than life-sized version of a crossbow. Unlike the mangonel, which uses a string to project objects in the air, ballistas use bowstrings, hurling huge arrows that can rip through a row of soldiers or break through an enemy fortress. Highly accurate, this weapon can take aim at over 500 yards away and deliver massive damage. Number 3. Greek fire. Byzantine forces certainly love roasting their opponents. Why not use their flames when it's least suspected? That's right, The Byzantine Empire had its navy forces equipped with incendiary weapons that could set enemies ablaze. Men on board would hold siphons, early version of flamethrowers, and take pleasure in burning their enemies, helping them sink to the bottom of the sea. This weapon was so effective that ships would continue to burn even underwater. In fact, the Byzantine were able to fend off the Muslim forces with Greek fire and save Constantinople in 672 AD. Number 2. Katana. Japanese craftsmanship had never made something so beautiful yet so deadly. Not only is the katana one of the most famous types of swords ever made, but it's also one of the most dangerous. Slightly curved, the longer two-handed wielding, the sword was often used by samurais during feudal Japan, and is often referred to as the samurai sword. Katana's cutting ability is unquestionable. The fact that it can be drawn almost instantaneously makes it number 2 on the list. The moment you've all been waiting for? Number 1. Flaming arrows. Simple yet effective. Flaming arrows have been used all over the world during sieges to destroy everything in their path. It's not uncommon that archers would set a shower of flaming arrows and set an army, town, or city on fire in a matter of minutes. After they were finished pillaging and plundering a force, whether used by the Romans or the Chinese, every military force around the globe understood the havoc that flaming arrows could wreak upon enemy forces and territory. Well, that about does it for this episode. Make sure you comment, rate, make a video response, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. That about does it for me. Have a good night.